guys, my name is Siphesihle Losi and welcome to All Things Events, where you learn all the tips and tricks on how to be in the events industry. Welcome guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I have a BCom Economics graduate, a certified events planner, a stylist and a coordinator, Itumeleng Kadjedi from Eleng Elegance.
Yay!
How you do?
That's how you call my name and surname. Hi Lucy, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well, I'm great.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Long overdue.
Thank you guys. Itu, the very first guest that has brought me a gift. I will show it to you later.
Oh my
Thank you so much
gosh.
for that.
You're welcome.
And I love sweets, eh? I've
I
got...
know, I've seen you. I've seen you.
Yeah. So, without wasting any time, Itu,
Yes.
I just want us to jump in on these questions. I've got a couple of questions for you, and I just want you to answer them. But when you're answering them, I just want you to give us more scenarios and more depth into them so that people can understand what we actually do within the industry, because hey, there's a lot of confusion within our industry.
No problem.
Itu,
Yes.
I want us to talk about a couple of things, and I think these are some of the things that are lacking in our industry. These are some of the things that I feel like we need to obviously have conversations about, so that our clients, especially our private clients, can understand how the industry is and where it's moving.
True.
And the first thing I want us to talk about is event coordination.
Okay.
Because we are from the School of Master Coordination.
Shout out to Portia.
Shout out to LPM Creations.
She's doing a great work.
Guys, if you really want to learn more about event coordination, I advise each and every person that is within the industry. I don't care if you've been doing this for 50 years. If you've never been to master coordination, like, you are definitely missing out.
The name says it itself. Master coordinator.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Thank you very much. What is coordination to you?
Okay, so basically, in simple terms, coordination means running the show of an event, making sure first step, second step, third step is being followed. Literally, how the event has to unfold from the beginning of the day until the end, literally. Simple.
Which beginning of the day, which is the bride waking up, bride doing makeup, hair.
Now you're
dressing.
talking about a wedding.
Yeah.
There is a wedding and there is other events.
Correct,
Right?
correct.
So yes, from the bride waking up, she needs to know what is happening to her. In simple terms, coordinating an event means running the show from beginning until the end, step by step, knowing what is going to happen now, the next, and after, the sequence of events all lined up and how they will flow on the day. That is simply how you can just simplify event coordination. Yeah.
And how important it is for a client, whether it's a planner or a private client, to get an event coordinator.
Why are you paying so much and then you have to run around during the day of your event? Like, you've paid so much, you've invested so much on your event. Why are you still running around to make sure that things happen? And you're not even, this is not your work, your everyday work. You don't know what actually needs to happen. On your event, you must be mingling with your guests. You must be enjoying the hard labor that you put in getting the money to actually have the event.
True.
So having someone getting to do all the running arounds for you, making sure things happen the way they should happen, the flow of events, it's actually a bonus. It's actually an investment that everyone who wants to have an event, they must have. Because literally, what is the point of you paying so much and yet you can't even like smile and really enjoy and be in the moment with your people? Because why?
I think that's very important. I think for me, I think the reason why people actually don't have event coordinators at their events, because they don't understand the value.
Oh yeah.
You know, sometimes a person will think, oh, I'm paying you this much just to come and run the show. But you don't understand the value that I bring to your event.
Yes.
Because a lot of, especially with us black people, when we are new to money, we just want to pay for, I want to see what I'm paying for. Okay, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for this. But when I'm saying I'm coordinating, I'm not bringing even like a truck. You know, I'm not bringing anything.
I was actually explaining to a prospective client that event coordinating, I can't take a picture of it and show you. You are going to feel the service yourself. Like, you want to see pictures of deco and everything, but the service provision that I'm going to give you, I can't show you pictures calling a supplier or making sure that someone has arrived on time.
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
Smile, you've arrived at 9 o'clock. It's not that. So literally, the value of an event coordinator on the day is so important.
Very true.
Like, it's so important for you, the client, for you, the event host, to enjoy fully the event without worrying about other things.
And also for your guests.
Definitely.
Also for your guests.
Definitely.
I think also sometimes, as much as yes, we're doing events for ourselves, but sometimes our clients, they do events and they want to show off. Do you get what I mean? Like, I've got it, you know? And it is very important for you, while you're doing that, you're getting people, professional people, that are going to assist you in making sure that things like are flawless, you know? Because like you said earlier, it's one thing for you to pay all this money and then on the day you're running around, hi, ukudla, when are people eating? Wara. Do you get what I mean?
I love that you said professional people and not just people, because you can't say your sister will handle that. Yeah. No.
Unless she's trained. And
but she must also know and understand that she's coming there as the coordinator, not just as the sister.
Correct. Yeah, that's very important. And I think that's also a message to, you know, clients to say, guys, I know your sister plans your kiddies' parties and stuff like that, but are they really professionals? You know, will they know how to direct the guests? Will they know how to speak to the pastor or to the bishop? Will they know when to reserve, you know, the front row for, you know, your bridal crew and all of that stuff? So it's very important for you to really get professional people when it comes to event coordination and also when it comes to just events in general. And I feel like events, they really need coordination, because like, really guys, like, you know when I go to an event, I need to know where I'm supposed to go. Like, I need to know when am I eating, you know, what am I eating sometimes, you know, like I like things your order.
From a guest point of view, imagine arriving at your friend's wedding and you arrive there, you know your friend, she's your friend, right? And then you've arrived, your friend is the bride or the groom. Now you don't know what is happening. Where must I go? The only person you know there is your friend, who's getting the main person of the day. So not knowing what is next, even from a guest point of view, it can also be frustrating and make the whole experience of attending that event not to be so good. So to actually have the guests to enjoy the event, there must be order and procession must be good, you know.
That's very true. That's very true. And speaking of guests, this is something that I just want to say to guests, guys. When you attend events or before you go to an event, please eat. Please eat. I'm talking to your eldest person, to ngicela nidle. Because this thing of being, you know, pulled by the blazer, sorry, is there something? I've got a friend in the car, she's pregnant, hey, my mother-in-law hasn't eaten, and guys, please eat, because, you know, sometimes people attend events that are not well coordinated. When people are supposed to eat at 3 o'clock, they ended up eating at 6. So I think it's very important for them to know before you eat, even if you have KFC in the car, please just make sure you eat.
I agree with you, Lucy, right? And now I'm wearing the planner hat, right? Not the coordinator. Obviously, as a coordinator, you also advise as well. But why are you not advising your clients to actually make sure that people start eating at 2? Because you're running the show. Why would you let people eat at 6? But that's for unprofessional people, you know. But for us, I understand you that people must eat 1, because someone will be saying, I can see you're running around. Can I have a bit of something to eat? I need to take my medication. And as a coordinator, you know food is coming out in an hour's time, but now this person is pressurizing you, saying that, can I please have a bit of something so that I can just eat? Yes, you must eat. You must eat before you go anywhere else, before you leave your homes or on the road going to a event venue. But we also must also provide the food at the right times, advise what time is best for us to give the guests food.
Correct. Yes. Correct. Well, that's a story to have with our clients and our potential clients. Moving on to the next question I want us to talk about, which is the professionalism within the industry. How do you feel with the professionals or the non-professionals that you work with within the industry? Have you worked with people that are actually unprofessional?
I have. I think we all have, and you can spot when someone is unprofessional. Fortunately, I've worked with professionals in the industry mostly. I have worked with people I thought they are professionals, but then they tend to act somehow, and you question, is this how you really do things?
Yeah.
But mostly, I would say I'm exposed in our, should I say, colleague level, even with clients, even with my clients and clients that I've worked with, they understand and they value the work that I bring.
Yeah.
Not to say, we are just paying this person. No, it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's more of, I understand the value that you're bringing, and I'm going to give you the platform to do what you need to do, right? In terms of colleagues, I have worked with professional people and the not so-called unprofessional people, and obviously when you work with the unprofessional people, because you're also there, you try to say, let's cover it up and make it look professional, because you come as a professional person, right?
Correct.
So we do have those, but we don't condone such behavior that's unprofessional, because we are all in this doing it together. So in a way, it's good to work with people who know what they want, and you talk it through and you understand where each role is going to be played.
You know what? I think for me, I've worked actually with a lot of unprofessional people. And a lot of professional people, but I think especially when I started, I used to deal a lot with clients that were not professional, and I thought maybe it's because that's how the industry is. You know, I used to have clients where when you send them quotations, they wouldn't read the code. They would call you and say, no, just give me a number. No, I'm on the road, I'm driving, I'll pay you now. How much? No, call out your number, call out your bank account. Do you get what I mean? And also when it came to their email addresses, you know, they will use like a Gmail account. Some of them didn't have like, you know, proper offices, or even if they have offices, it's like, you know, clients that will send you, you know, messages at like 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock at night. Do you get what I mean? Like there was a lot of, you know, confusion.
There are levels to this.
Do you get what I mean? And for me, I really thought that's how the industry was. You know, coming in, especially moving from Cape Town and coming to Johannesburg, I really thought that's how things were done. Until I moved into corporate. And when I was then speaking to corporate clients, you know, things were very clear, things were very briefed. You know, we read each other's emails. You know, everything is on, you know, black and white on email. I was receiving like your POs so that I can attach on my invoices. Like everything was done. But when I go to the private clients,
you're not their friend.
You know,
you are not their friend. Okay, you are running a business.
Things are different, and things are different. But I have then decided, you know what? Even if I'm dealing with an unprofessional person, I'll still be professional. I will send you an email. I will screenshot my email and I'll WhatsApp it to you, because it's like our industry is just, it's running on WhatsApp, you know? And it really bothers me because I really don't know if we can really grow, how far we can grow from that.
You know what I say? It's your office at the end of the day. Your business, I say my events are my corporate. So for people to understand the level of professionalism that I bring to the table, I don't want you to take me as if I am your friend. Yes, I'm very kind. I'm going to talk to you the way you need me to talk to you. But you must understand that I'm running a business. And if I am going to go with how you want things to go, then I might as well just go with however anyone wants me to go.
True.
So for you to have a good working relationship with everyone, you need to have ways, standards of how you run your business. And if someone comes to you and they say, okay, I'm only available at 9 o'clock, then that is spoken. You said, okay, you're available at 9. I will see if I'm available at 9. I'll check my schedule, because that's out of office hours. Then where's the time for family there?
Correct. Yeah, that's true. I think you're so right, especially when people communicate before. I think that's why for me it brought so much confusion, because I honestly did not know.
So can I put it in this scenario? So like as Losi said, I'm a certified event planner, right? And a coordinator and a stylist, right? So if I'm wearing the planner or the coordinator, let's talk about coordination, the coordinator hat, and then my client then says, I'm available at whatever time. From the initial onset of our meetup or our arrangement of the event, I would say I'm available from this time to this time. What works for you, right? Because obviously you need to work together to make the event a success. If they say they're not available within the working hours, then you schedule it properly after. Mostly this is for our colleagues, industry professionals. We know how we work, and we know you can get a call at 10 p.m. right? But I know with you,
you must schedule me. No,
with Losi.
Guys, people have played, you know, I'm not, let me tell you, if you met me 5 years ago, I would even take it midnight.
With Losi.
You get it? But now it's really, I think it's, because I've worked with such a lot of unprofessional people and a lot of rude people, so it really, I had to, at some point, grow a thick skin and, you know, set my boundaries. Unless you communicate, hey, Losi, 8 o'clock, otherwise, I will watch my TikTok. I will watch you calling me.
It's your time.
No, you can't do that.
When it's within your working times, what were you doing? Because I was expecting the call at that time.
Correct.
But with private clients, you find that a professional is working during those hours that you're also working. Then you schedule the time to say, okay, what works best for you at 6 p.m. So our meetings will be at 6 p.m. It is what is stated on the contract. Because on my contract, it says, these are the working hours. But when I talk to you, you're not available, then we're going to amended according to the client, the private client's way of working. But it's still my office, and I still know that on this specific date, I'm going to have a meeting with this client at this hour. Because if not, you're always gonna be on the phone. You're not gonna have a balanced life.
No, that is so true. And just speaking of professionalism, we're not just speaking about just obviously the communication that needs to happen at the office, the emails, but we're just talking about professionalism overall. Do you get what I mean? How you dress at work, guys, it's very important. This thing of wearing pajamas and going on site is not cool.
I haven't seen pajamas on site,
well,
but I've heard
clothes
about
looking like pajamas. Do you get
I've
what I mean?
heard about it,
It's really not cool. You know, people arriving late. You know the call time was this time, but when you decide you're going to arrive late, but also you don't even tell the people that you're working with. Do you get what I mean? Another thing is not necessarily having sort of like a structure, because I feel like, just like how you're saying, it's how you run an office. How would you run an outside office? Do you get what I mean? I think I've gotten to a point where now, even if we're having a driver or transport that's taking us to this event, I want that car to be stationed there, because I don't want my team to be coming out with bags, backpacks, do you get what I mean, to go inside the venue and then now someone loses something. Rather, we keep all of our
in one place.
Private things in one place, which is our car. If we need something, then we go to the car or whatever the situation. So it's very important to not only just look at professionalism in terms of like emails, but dress code is important. And also look like you are coming to work. Don't look like you just rolled out of bed.
I'm here. What do you want? No. When a guest or whoever who's on the ground, they greet you, they must identify that this person is actually running the show or coordinating. They must not question themselves like, but they look like, you know, you need to show that I'm coordinating.
Correct.
And not just
and also that
running around.
That no sleep tag that's going on within our industry. I think I don't like it, because I feel like, let me tell you, I feel like even if we're stacking down at night together, those things, they need to be scheduled.
There's a team for night.
Yes, night team, and then in the morning there's other people and all of that stuff, so that it doesn't look like these people have been overworked. Like at some point we need to look at our industry overall, and we need to say, okay, where are we lacking professionalism? Are we lacking professionalism when it comes to maybe communication, or maybe it comes to dress code, maybe it comes to, you know, the type of the team that are coming in, you know? Like there's a lot of...
Coordinating is a service provision. You can't... well, you can say this person is not dressed up nicely or they didn't talk to me nicely. It's the manner in which you take things. It's the experience that you give people. You cannot say, it's coordinating. No, it's how you make others feel and how things run. The workflow will show that, oh, this is really coordinated so well. If not, you'll be like, it's not going well.
Yeah. And then moving on to the quality of the service delivery. How have you experienced, and again, black service providers compared to non-black service providers? Ding, ding.
You know what? I've seen both sides. And I've acknowledged both sides. Like I said, I've worked a lot with professional people, professional service providers. Yes, I've had those who are unprofessional and they've delivered like crappy service. And obviously, if I'm running the show, we will have to make it look good somehow and not show. I get to experience the crappy but not the client, right?
Correct.
Because obviously on the day or on the week of, you protect everyone as the coordinator of the event, right? But we do have people who are unprofessional, and I think that is because the industry that we're in, it does not have a governing body or standards that we have to comply with. Anyone think they can just run, or they can be an event planner or event coordinator or event deco stylist or whatever. Oh, it's a passion, I like it. Oh, I can literally put these things together and they will look nice. That is why we get to experience people who are not professional. People don't take service delivery important, because now it makes us look like all of us are in one umbrella that says, people who do deco, which we don't do deco. Like people who do deco are so unprofessional. People can't trust us. But it goes with the person you are, the business that you're in, the business that you provide to people. So to clients, private clients, literally do your homework. Pictures are deceiving, hey? Like I say, we will make it look good and we will experience the service, the horrible service, but we'll make it look good. But that's not how it should go. You find people who do this on a professional level, who are certified, who are trained, who have done multiple events and they've done it so well. And then you find others who are trying their luck to see if they can fit in, if they can look good. And in most cases, those are the kind who don't even make profit, or they don't even take it as a business. They just take it as doing something and I'm going to be seen, or I'm busy. Instead of, this is a business, it has to run even 10 years from now. Hence, I need to make sure that I do it so well. So we do have those people, unfortunately. And I've been questioning myself to say, who actually can, or like have a standards of running. But we have certain people who actually are doing good for the industry, like LPM Creations. So shout out to Portia.
Shout out.
Like she's doing so well to actually make sure that at least most people get access to the information they need to for them to deliver a good service, so that we have less of people who are doing bad and naming, then all of us have under one umbrella to say, event people are not to be trusted. They won't give you what you need. You know what?
Yeah, I think
it's something else.
You know, for me, it really bothers me because when you say black suppliers, I'm just like, you know, I know I'm a black supplier, but I'm not late. Do you get what I mean? I'm never late at events. You know, I've gone to so many events, and I know when it comes to, you know, showing up, I always show up on time. But because I am a black service provider, so sometimes, you know, I find myself having to lose because of just being associated. Can I say now, like emphasizing black suppliers, I'm actually looking at my supplier database in my head now, right? I'm like, I know this person I can't contact for this. This person I can't contact for this because I know it's going to stress me out. But this one I can because they stay wherever closer, or they can, you know, or they are going to come a day before. Therefore, I will know that they will actually deliver before the actual event day, you know. So they are there, and mostly it's the people who have tangible things that we need than the service of like a coordinator. But but most coordinators, if you are to say that you're a coordinator, your work speaks for itself. Not picture work, but the service delivery, the running of the event. Yes. I think when it comes to quality of service delivery, it really does boil down to the finances. Do you get what I mean? I feel like sometimes people, they are not late to deliver the equipment because of, you know, they don't have the equipment or the equipment is not clean. Sometimes these people don't want to hire enough people to pack this equipment and deliver, or have enough drivers, or hire enough trucks, or whatever the situation.
It goes back to the unprofessional people. Why are you not charging accordingly, knowing that you have expenses that need you to be taken care of? Because what you just think, oh no, as long as I'm doing, but you are affecting all of us now, because now your things looking all not so good. Now it's all our problem. But if you were charging properly and you understood that this is a business, not a hobby, then you would know that I have to charge for all of these things. For the business to run, these things have to happen. The client doesn't see all of those things. The client only sees the end product, but these things have to happen before that happens. So charge well, be a professional, understand what you're delivering to the people. Money, no, don't make it an excuse.
Is it?
It's your business. You know what happens. You know what needs to happen. Therefore, cover up for all of those things.
But I think the reason why I'm even bringing out the finances is because I know personally when I used to run everything myself, yes, I used to deliver very well, but I know how much cost
it goes in.
It goes in because I have to do literally everything myself. But now that I have people assisting me, I know, okay, yes, I'm going to share whatever profits that I make, but I know at least I can just focus on this. I don't have to do everything myself.
It's not even profits, Lucy. Those are expenses. You don't share your profits. Those are your profits. You share the expenses. So when you charge someone, you must put in money for those expenditures.
But remember, I did not know that there were expenses because I did not have those people. Only when I started bringing in those people and then I started sharing my profits, then I'm like, nah, there's no way I'm gonna go and do an event and not charge setup. How much am I paying a setup person, you know, per day? And then I say that times the number of the people times the number of the days. Do you get what I mean? Because now I know. But hence I'm saying sometimes it really affects the quality of the service delivery because these people are running companies themselves. There is no way you can run an events company by yourself and you still want to have deco, you want to have this and this and this, and you don't even have an assistant. I don't get it. I really, really don't get it.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I'm a wedding planner. And I run my company by myself, right? When it comes to deco supervision or supplying deco and all of those things, my client tells me if they want my wedding planning services, which I will have an assistant on the day, because as a wedding planner there is no way, right, for coordinating on the day. If you want my deco services, I have a team that is going to come through. I can't, there's no way. I have manpower, you have transport, you have going to buy the flowers, going to buy small elements to make the deco look good, right? There has to be people who set up on the day as well. So you will be charged for that as well. There's no, like, it's a business. It's a business and we are not doing it just for fun. It's a business.
I think, the reason why I'm even emphasizing on that is because I know how much work that goes in, and to just be a one-man's person, especially if you're gonna have like a big gig, and then now on the day we need to play like where your assistance is, even though we're not, because we know when you don't want to hire people, because you can't tell me Itumeleng right now if you have like a 3 million rand wedding, you're gonna do it yourself. There's no way. You're gonna bring on board people, even if you don't have your own people within your own company, but you're gonna bring in suppliers or what is this? You support stuff for your planning.
You see how in a corporate company, in a business, there are divisions and departments, right? There's the CEO, there are a level of hierarchy, right? Like, you know, the hierarchy, Maslow hierarchy. These people cannot wait for the top management to come and say, do this, right? So there are levels to it. So for you as the CEO or the founder, the managing director, you need to have this level of management so they can give directives to this level for them to actually run the show. While you're busy signing contracts and bringing in business, these people have to run the show. So at the beginning, when I started, my sister was like, when I was doing the hard labor, everything by myself, well, my sister was like, yo, this business of yours, it's a hard labor. I can't, right? And then from there, I understood that there's no way I can do this by myself. I need to charge. And I understand that when you charge, then you sometimes lose on clients because they're like, yo, you're too expensive. I'd rather go somewhere else. I learned to understand that my clients need to understand the value that I'm bringing. And for me to just put that amount, I just didn't put it. I understood what needs to go in for me to get to that point. Unless if I want to overwork myself and get little to nothing of profit, and I'm now worn out because I've been running around and I've been doing all of this labor by myself, there is no way I can. You need a florist for the flowers. You need someone to set up the tables. You need someone to take the chairs and put them nicely.
That's true. And speaking of value and the fact that sometimes clients, you know, they need to understand the value that you bring. I don't know if it's maybe me, you know. I think I understand the value that I bring. I actually know the value that I bring and the value that I bring to my clients and also on the table. But there's an event where I did literally all above and beyond. Backflips.
You danced for the
client.
client.
I was break dancing, right? Did the event. Client was happy, you know, even the post-event, you know, we're still in communication and everything. Then the client decides, nah, man, maybe Losi doesn't bring enough value. Let me go to another supplier. Hey. On the day of the event, I saw my client moving things, moving deco, moving. And I'm like,
wait. So, first event,
I did the event.
You did the event. Second event, you were brought in as what?
As just a coordinator.
Yeah.
Because remember, there's so many. There's so many divisions I can give you. I can give you coordination. I can give you staff. I can give you what is this, deco? Do you get what I mean? Flowers, I haven't brought in that those services. So client decides, no, I don't want Losi to do deco. I'll do my own deco. Hey, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I have never felt so sad for a client, but at the same time, I needed to
make sure things are good.
Have my boundaries because I'm here to coordinate and provide stuff. So the only thing that I will touch at this event is either a tray I'm serving you or I'm ushering to take photos. The flower, the decor, the chair, I am not touching it. Yeah, because it's out of my spec. And this is a client that before I did this for them, right? And I was just like, it's definitely not money problems. This is coming to value. But I don't know how much more do you then show their value, because now it's coming to a point where value is shown on, hey, I'm going to a meeting and I'm rocking in a brass bus. I'm rocking in a Gucci, in an LV, you should book me. And I'm like, bro, I will come to that event dressed in black, zero name, nothing.
Yeah,
zero and name. I know what I bring on the table. How has the experience been to you when it comes to value versus money?
Like I said, we had a conversation prior, but I said that money is, you invest so much money in an event for you to run around on your event day. So if you're bringing in Losi as the coordinator on the day and you've done not so good job in your planning and your planning towards the day, and then Losi must come in and then manage the situation that you've done. So it's so much, so little that you can do to cover up the mess that's already done, right? So I always say that the value that a coordinator brings on the day, it's, if we had to put money into perspective to say, okay, you've spent so much on flowers, so much on food, so much on this. you could have spent this much on flowers, taken this amount, then put it to a coordinator so that you get to enjoy your event, so that your guests also get to enjoy the event as well. Yes, you wanted to plan. Yes, you did not do so well. But on the day of the event, no. But again, it's because people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's because people don't understand that it's not just the decor that's making an event.
Thank you.
Right? It's not just how you look that makes a good event a good event. It's how it is overall, how the experience is, the atmosphere is, the precision of things, how they go, that makes a good event. So if you are to place your money somewhere wrong, then you won't get the value, a good value for the event that you've done. You will also have a horrible experience for your guests, which is going to be on your name. People are going to see you dressed up nicely, but they'll still say, no, this is what we got to experience with this person. So they look nice, but nah. Yeah, no.
And those are some of the things we're really trying to correct within our industry.
Yeah.
We're really trying to fight for our name. We really want to, be out there as other suppliers as well and be named.
Also, coming in as the coordinator, as the coordinator, you don't come in on the day. You get to talk to the client before and understand what is it that they've planned thus far, what is the running order, and then you can correct wherever you can at that point, right? So if you find a coordinator that says, I'm going to come on the day without talking to you, that's a red flag on its own.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? What are you going to coordinate? Because you don't know.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's quite different. I just want us to move on to the target market.
Yeah.
I think so many times people confuse their target market with... I guess their pricing, or immediately when a client rejects your quote, you're like, no, you're not in my target market, or maybe you just not, your quotes are not clear, or whatever the situation. Target market when it comes to the events industry and your events, how do you then pick who's your client?
You know what, Lucy? Like you said, we must have scenarios for these things. There is Foschini, Woolworths, Cotton On, right? They all sell clothes and they're all going to make you look gorgeous. And they all have a certain price range, right? For you to go out from here and go to this shop, it's either because of the money or how it made you look or how it made you feel, right? So for me, literally, and I'm saying this with all honesty, all my clients that I've had thus far understand the value that I'm bringing to the table, all right? And those who have come to me and have inquired and they didn't go ahead with my services, some are even advised to say, for what you want, please go here. They will provide it for you within your budget, within what you want. But as for me, I cannot cut down on corners and say, I want you to be my client for me to get this minimum and not this. I literally explain it to them. Hence, all the time when I get to speak to my clients, my prospective clients, I want to understand what is it that they want. And when they tell me, this and that, I'm like, like literally, this is me. All my clients, all the clients that I've had thus far. And I'm not even joking. I cannot pinpoint anyone who has not understood what I'm bringing to the table within the range that I'm giving them. They understand because they are also professionals working in their own workspaces and they understand what they are bringing to their space. I am bringing this for their event. They need to understand that these are the hours I'm going to put in. This is what I'm going to give you. You're literally going to enjoy with your guests. You're going to mingle with your guests. You're going to have the time of your life, and I'm going to handle everything for you. So they understand. I don't feel bad when someone does not go ahead with me. Yes, at first I did. It was more like, oh my gosh, I need business. I need to show people that I can do something. But fortunately, it's not only for private clients. It's also, I work also with our industry professionals. So I was able to work with those who understood the value of what I'm bringing. And then those private people will so far understand that, okay, we definitely need this person. So for me, it's literally, I'd rather not have a client than to have a client that's going to be problematic for me. And I'm not going to be able to advise them accordingly and best in their situation for both of us. That's literally how I work.
I think from what I'm getting from your story and the reason why it's different to mine is because you actually went to school. Of which with me, I started off and then only later then I'm like, I actually need to go and learn.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, there was a lot of unprofessional people that I dealt with to a point where I really thought this is how the industry works, or this is how business works. And as I grew in the industry, I even went to Inimitable Wedding Venue.
Yes, so many times. So many seasons. Seasons, not even times, seasons.
I went there, and I think it really opened my eyes. It really, you know, showed me what's possible, what's not possible. Mostly what is possible.
You know, Losi, I went there. I went for the interview, right? And I went because I saw that Losi is always going here. So maybe there is some certain value that they are bringing. And then when I understood what is needed out of me for me to actually complete, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this.
And the drive.
Exactly, the drive. So Lucy, I saw you. I think I just finished the event school, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe for more understanding, I need to take it. And I was like, yo, so you need to budget from my own money and go there and help them and
for what?
Doing it for so many times. No,
it's I think I was in a point in my life where I was just like, I know the value that I'm bringing, but the money does not match the value that I bring. And I was so frustrated. And I'm always frustrated, guys. Like, I'm always, like, events, Jay, they've taken over my life, you know?
Yeah.
And I was so frustrated, and I was like, okay, let me do this, you know? And let me see. And literally, I think the first 6 months of me being there, I landed a big client.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, if this is going to get me here, let me do it again. And I did it again. And, you know, the nice thing about going there was the fact that you could coordinate like an Indian wedding, you could coordinate a Jewish wedding, you know, I learned about chuppahs, I learned about different religious ceremonies.
Under someone else, you know.
Do you get what I mean? I learned so much. And then I was like, oh, now that I have, because I've got clients who are not Caucasians, who are Indians and all of that stuff. And I was like, I can actually service them. I don't necessarily have to give them stuff. I can do so much for them, you know. And I was just obviously hungry for more. And then coming back, that's when I had to now have these boundaries. Like I said, the boundaries that I have now, before I didn't have them. You would call me 10 o'clock, I'd wake up. Look, to a point, let me tell you something. I had a client, no? This other chef, he now moved to, I think, Botswana or something.
Yeah.
This chef, he called me and I picked up the phone. I think it was in the morning. He called me, I picked up the phone. I was like, hi, chef. And he could hear, he's like, Losi, are you in the bathroom? I said, yes. He's like, Losi, come on. He was like, come on, bro.
Call anytime.
I know. It was like, no, Losi, don't do this. Like, it's fine. I'll speak to you when you're done.
Like, you don't want to miss that call.
It's so bad. That's how bad I was.
You got, but you see that you put an investment in you going to that school, that your time, your finances as well, for you to learn all of those things. It was not just it's next door, I can go anytime. You literally had to schedule it in your time and say, I have to do this, I have to learn. And the hours that you put in, there were so many. And when doing that, you got the experience under someone else. So you then also got to learn that, I know I don't have to do certain things. I can actually be this so professional and people will understand. You understood your value, but you didn't say it to the people. But now you understood, like, no. The person who understands my value will come through and will go ahead and will benefit each other, because it's not a one-sided
it then goes, I think, again, remember earlier I spoke about us black people, especially when we're new to money, we think we can just buy, you know, not understanding like the value, you know. And for me, like, I've got a background in fashion, so I studied fashion and I understand quality, you know. I might not necessarily afford the type of quality that I want, but like, I do understand.
We see the quality, Losi.
But I do understand quality. So sometimes I feel like this person has the money, but value zero. Zero. Because you are telling me there is no way you're gonna wear a hard dress or a orapeleng dress and you don't have a coordinator for all your events if you can afford. Like I even had a client of mine who's now in real estate.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. She was doing a shoot, so I do most of her events. So she wanted to do a shoot for her real estate agency. So she's like, hey Losi, I need this and this and this. I was like, oh, sure. I get her a photographer, a studio and everything. Yes. And then she says, oh, and then I ask her, do you want me to be around? Because I know like how much it takes to shoot, how much time and the outfits and I said to her, no, I'm not going to charge you. I'll just come because I mean, this is a client and I wasn't busy and I went. I think we did 4 looks. It literally took us over like 3 hours or almost like 4 hours. It was literally like the whole day.
Yeah.
And after that, she was like, yo, she even took a video and she posted it on Instagram. She was like, I cannot believe like how much goes like these things, like it's so much time, and the fact that I had to plan and change into this and I'm not necessarily just doing it by myself. I have someone that is there to assist me and stuff. So you know, when it comes to value, sometimes you just like I know I might not necessarily have a lot of funds, but I will pay for the best stuff.
The value, right? We're still on the value. For you to even bring that brand and say you are paying for this brand this much on this, but you don't have a coordinator. You don't understand the
you don't have the value.
You don't understand
that you can afford. You understand the price.
That is why I say I speak to my clients, and when I understand that they don't understand, and I'm like, no, we cannot go ahead, or they don't understand why I'm charging, we cannot go ahead because I'm literally going to be saving you so much. Instead of putting so much here, take it here. Instead of take it there, it's all going to look so beautiful and the whole experience is going to be so amazing and seamless. But if when you are on the I need to look good only, the way you make people feel is how you're also looking. It contributes to your look. Honestly.
Say that again.
I don't know what I said.
Say that again.
The way you make people feel contributes to how you look to them. So it's not just the clothes.
That is so
the
true.
Beauty. Yeah, it's an overall experience of how you are as a person. So events, it's about the experience. It is about the experience.
It is about the experience, and we definitely want to create the most memorable and good experiences for our clients, and obviously give them value at the same time. Not saying I'm going to save you money, but I will give you whatever that you have paid.
That's another confusion that people think when it comes to wedding planners. They think when you're hiring a wedding planner, or an event planner, you're going to save on money. Yes, you are going to save on a lot. But we're not going to cut people's codes or invoices to suit you. But what we do best is what is within our budget for your event. We work towards it and say, this is what you want to get. We can actually do it this way. But we don't cut down on people's invoices. We don't do tricks. We don't perform magic. We do perform magic in a way, but we don't cut others on the shoot others on the foot.
That's so true. That is so true. And the last thing that I want us to talk about before we end, because we've been on it, is the role of social media. How important is social media to you and your company?
I'm going to be honest in all of this, hey? Social media can be a lot. It's actually a lot. I used to love... I was a very bubbly person. I'm still a bubbly person, but I used to be so much on social media before being in business and being where I am now. And the role of social, it contributes like so much. Knowing your visibility, people knowing you and what you bring. Because if I like, let's say Losi, I didn't know Losi if it wasn't for you and posting and you and your YouTube channel. But because I got to see you, your footprint on the socials, then I knew Losi and I knew what Losi is providing. And then I had to experience Losi and experience her work real life than what I see that she posts, right? I know I don't post a lot and I know I don't like posting, but I have to post. That I have to do. It's another division on itself. Even Coca-Cola still posts. They have a marketing team, but now I'm the one who's running everything. And mostly with me, from my clients, my type of clients, I get them. Actually, my first big wedding, I got it through social media. Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got it through social media.
That's nice.
My sister laughs at me about this, that I DM people, my prospective clients, and I advertise my services and everything. That's how important social media can be, and if you use it for the right reasons with the right people, right? So my first wedding, I DM'd this client, and I know I can say her name. I DM'd Professor Mamoketi and so many other people, right?
Yeah.
And then she then responded, like at night even. It was like, she responded, and we had a wedding. We had her son's wedding. And then from that wedding, I got another, I think I had like 2 or 3 events last year from that wedding itself.
Nice.
Yes, and even like, so you can get clients from social media. I just do it in a different way more than just posting, because I feel like service provision is more on a personal level than on a broader level. But for other people to know about Eleng Elegance, they have to check what they have on social media. And like I said, Losi, like I cannot post me making phone calls as part of coordinating on Instagram. I can try to make it real, but like I can't show you how it actually goes, or me doing a function sheet. You can't see it on social media, right? But like social media plays a huge role. It does. You will definitely get clients from posting. You will definitely get clients from showing your work. If you can show it, do show it, and put it out there. You never know what reach it can get to international level as well. So yeah, continue posting. It's a lot. Posting is a lot, but it does get you clients. And I honestly just love, like it's a business, but once you're my client, we get to have a personal relationship and understanding of what you need from me, but on a professional level. So yeah, my clients are more of references from how people saw me doing my work at whichever event, and from others talking about me to say, no, Itumeleng knows what she's doing. You can definitely go to her for this and she will give you the best. So yeah, and then when it comes to social media, you find that other people are just posting things that they don't actually do. They give you a nice fairy tale on social media, and they don't really put in the work when you really experience them. So it can give a false illusion. It can give a true illusion, but you must just do your homework. And homework is not only social media wise. You have to call other people who have worked with that person for you to actually understand how they actually went about doing their work. Like for you, I knew you before, and then I got to experience Losi, and I was like, oh wow, okay, this is amazing.
With me, when it comes to social media, I don't want to lie, I don't know when it actually clicked that social media is something. But when I then obviously like started social media, guys, social media is part of my life, part of my business. I am social media is me. As much as it's stressful, but to be honest with you, I think obviously creating the brand awareness. I definitely use social media to a point where now, if I send a potential client, our brochures, pictures, posters, and whatever, a client always asks, are they gonna show up like this?
That?
You know, and it really, you know, sort of like makes like it creates this weird feeling.
Before there were other Losis, imitations of Losis, there was you. Like, I remember I was telling someone about your service before I even knew you. I was telling them about your service, and they're like, "Oh, those ones who look like cabin crew people, because you always had that." And then I'm like, yes. So with you, it's more of what I see. But I know Losi provides more than what you see. It's more than the look. But because professionalism, what you're dressing like, how you look like to the people, you need to show up looking that good for someone to take you seriously. But Losi does not only provide how they look. Losi's team provides good service, like and they cannot see it all. Like you can just only give them glimpse and glimpse, like but Losi's
now I can't even post now like what we do, because it's they're gonna take it, they're gonna copy it,
because there are so many of them imitating you.
But social media is very important. I think anyone that's in business, if you're thinking of starting a business, or if you're already started, you should definitely use social media. It has helped quite a number of people, you know, exposing their businesses and just making sure that it reaches the right people. Obviously, yes, there are those downside of social media where I think, you know, sometimes, especially if you're in a committed relationship and you're running a business and you're always on social media, it can really affect, you know, the relationship, whereby, you know, there's people that have even gotten divorced from using a lot of social media because maybe they are influencers, or you know, they have a social media brand. So it's a matter of just, yes, I must use it, but at the same time I must use it, you know, correctly, you know. And just to give advice to the people that have brands on social media, please separate them.
Yeah, true.
You know, especially if you're gonna have your personal and then your business and your other business. Separate those two. Even if, yes, on your personal, you can post your business, but don't post your business. Don't post your personal on your business. If you know what I mean.
You see, when I said I used to be like so on social media before being in the business, you then start to be like cautious of like how you present yourself to the people. Now only your people can know the real you, and then social media, you need to be cautious to say, oh, I can't post this because now I'm going to be seen in the certain way. But there's Itu, and then there's Eleng Elegance, right? Well, for me, that one is clear. There's Eleng Elegance and there's Itumeleng as my own self. But still, as Itumeleng, since I'm associated with Eleng Elegance, I have to portray myself in a certain way that is appropriate for the business. And this is not only for events industries, it's all businesses, all types of brands. Associating yourself and showing certain things, you need to be aware what is it that you put down there. Surely you've never seen me doing like it's always
True. And guys, we have come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Please, for those who would like to get in contact with you, please can you give us where can they reach you and how you can basically service them?
So, which this is not so good, but I do not have a website as yet. I do have it, but it's not running. Where you can find me under Eleng Elegance. It's ELENG Elegance, right? You can find me there. My email address, not mine, the company's email address is there. The company's numbers are there as well. That's where you can find me to know, reach out, and then you will know what you can get from us in detail.
All right. And yeah, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. You know, repost the video, share the video, share it with your friends. Would love to speak to you. Would love to have a communication with you. We would love to work with you. Please recommend us. Please, if you're looking for black events suppliers, black professionals, we are here to service the industry. We're here to elevate, to give you an experience. And yeah, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Have a good one. Bye.